Hey guys, Nick here with TechCore. In this video, we're going to do a really quick install of an amazing application called Remotely. This is an open source project created by a single user, and it allows you to have remote control access to other devices. It's pretty much a team viewer, if you would say, open source application that you host yourself. So let's get started. So the website is remotely.one. This kind of tells you it's a powerful tool, instant support, it's a smooth remote desktop, remote scripting, and rich autocomplete to maximize your IT support efficiency. So what this does is it allows you to install agents on computers and essentially monitor and manage them. You can connect to them, you can chat with them, you can run scripts. It is an amazing IT tool and it is completely free. It is open source and can't believe that it is, but it is fantastic, and I've been using it for the past couple of weeks. So as you can see, there is the unattended sessions. They have a session by invite where you can download the agent from the website. You would just then supply the session code. There's remote scripting and integrated chat, which is a great feature. So, and it goes through some other notable features here, such as drag and drop and remote audio streaming and so on. And so then we can get started right here. They do have instant support clients that you can download from the website, server packages, and the server files if you need that only. So one thing to note is that this does not work on Mac. This only works on Linux and on Windows machines. So what we want to do in this video is install our server on Ubuntu. I have an image of Ubuntu, server 20.04. And we're going to run this script and get remotely set up and going. So the first thing we do want to set up is our DNS. So from here, I'm already logged into the DNS settings here. What I want to do is add a custom record. It's going to be an A record. I'm going to name it remotely and leave it at that. So what that would make it is remotely.techcoreduo.com. And then added my external IP address, which is something you can get from whatismyip.com. Add that in here and press that add button. So I've already added mine. Now the next step we want to do is make sure that we have our server available from the outside. So I have an HTTPS and HTTP record in here. I just have to point it to the right server. So let me find out what that is right now. Okay, so I am now in my server. This is my Ubuntu server. It is a fresh install. All I want to do is do an IP address to get the correct address, which is 192.168.86.43. We will minimize that. And let's edit both of these services. Okay, now that that is done, we want this server package install for Ubuntu. So what you could do is if you hover over this, you can kind of see where it's pointing to. You can right click on it and copy link address and paste it into a notepad. So I just have it here, pasted already, the server install. So the command is going to be wget and then this GitHub link. So I'll minimize that. Let me open up the server here and I'm going to paste that and hit enter. It downloaded that file real quick. Let's do an ls here, and it is in our folder. So we can do a chmod 777 and then type in the name of the file. That will let us access that file, and we could do a sudo // and then the name of the file. All right, so this is the command that will run the script. And so what this script is going to do, this script will set up nginx on your server. It will download the server files for remotely, and it's going to set up Let's Encrypt to ensure that the website is secure. So, and that was the reason why we opened the ports on the firewall and that we set up the DNS to point towards our server. So I will click enter on this. And then we're going to type in the password. And let's try that one more time. And here we go. So it's going to ask you for a path. We want it to go to the default location. We type in the domain name now. So it's going to be remotely.techcoreduo.com. and hit enter. You can go through a few of these steps here. It's going to download some packages. And let's let this run for a little bit. Okay, finally stopped here, asking for an email address for the renewal and security notices. So let us type in an email address here. I'm just going to type in techcoreduo@gmail.com and hit enter. Now it's going to ask if we agree. Press A and then next. And then do you want to share your email? I believe I already have it set to share, so I'm going to hit no for that. And select the appropriate number of commas, spaces. We're just going to leave it as shown. So remotely.techcoreduo.com, hit enter. And now it's going to get the certificate for us. And we'll let this run quickly. So the next question is, do we want it to redirect to HTTPS? And the answer is yes. We'll hit 2 on that and click enter. And that's it. So it has created the server for us, installed NGINX, download the files, and set up Let's Encrypt for a secure certificate. So the only thing we need to do now is head over to the site. So you can minimize this. We can open up remotely.techcoreduo.com and enter. And here we are. We are ready to go. We can click on register, type in an email address. I will type in techcoreduo@gmail.com. And a password, I'm going to just type in a random password here. So we just got into our server. So as you can see here, we have no devices. We can see that there's a console here, and this is kind of the remotely console that you can manage some items here. Go back to the grid here. We can hit on downloads. And here are a bunch of downloads for you to use, as well as commands to get this installed. So there's a 64-bit version here. We can download that exe file. That's for instant desktop sharing. If we want the installable agents, we can download the files from here. So Windows installer, right there. So if we click on this link here, we'll do a run anyway on that. And as you can see, this is going to be the instant support link. So it's asking for the server name. You would type in remotely.techcoreduo.com, hit OK, and it's going to give you a session key. And there's the session key. So you would then provide this to the person that on the other end of remotely. So let's say you send this out to a family member, a client, anyone that you want, and they would install this. They would add the agent, and you would remote in using this ID. We'll close that. And then there's the installer. So let me click on Run Anyway and open this installer also. You can type in the server URL here and get this installed on the machine for unattended access so that you can connect to it whenever you want without having them supply you with an ID every single time. So let's head back to the home here. And let's get this installed on a computer. So I have a laptop next to me. I have it set up with Quick Connect right now. Quick Assist here. So I'm going to open this up. And as you can see, I have the remotely installer here. I will double click on this, hit yes, and let's type in the server name. Let me make this a little bit bigger, easier to see. Perfect. But what we want to do is make sure we type in HTTPS. Then hit install. It's installing the agent now. Should not be too long. So we'll just minimize this, get that out of the way. It's extracting files. And we'll be back in just a minute. All right, so the computer came online. As you can see here, it's got the name and all the information you need about the machine itself. From the actions side here, you can do a chat with it. So we can click on that and let's do a test. So that's going to come up and send a chat to them. So let's just move this out of the way, and let's hit actions, and you can see view only. You can edit the properties of this device, but let's try the remote control. What that's going to do is open up a new tab. Do we want to allow copy paste? Yeah, we do. And look at that. So look, Tech or Duo, this is a test. We can type back, test. Let's minimize that, get this out of the way. And as you can see here on the left, there are a ton of options here that are really great. You can adjust the quality. You can do the look at the different monitors, disconnect to it, file transfer it. So we can do a download file, and we can select files from here. We can drag and drop it. We can invite others to come in, and so on and so forth. This is a fantastic tool. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. As you can see, this is a fantastic tool for IT people, such as myself. I like to remote into my family's machines, friends' machines if needed. And if you want, you could use this as a commercial solution and remote into your clients' machines. It is fantastic, and I highly recommend it.